Good morning, friends. Welcome to fluid mechanics classes. Today we will discuss about a pitot tube and a few examples on that. So before going to a pitot tube, we will study some terms, that is static pressure, dynamic pressure and stagnation pressure. What is the meaning of this? Once we understand this, then the understanding of a pitot tube will be easy. Okay. So we know the Bernoulli's equation. What is the Bernoulli's equation? It is P by rho g plus V square by 2g plus Z. It is nothing but a conservation of energy principle. Okay, one form of energy converts into other form of mechanical energy, but when you consider all the energy, it remains sum of all the energy remains constant. Okay, that is the Bernoulli's equation. Okay, so now if we rearrange this term, okay, we are going to divide this whole equation by rho g. So when you divide the whole equation by rho g, then we get P plus rho g into V square by 2g. So g get cancels, rho into V square by 2 plus rho g z. Okay, so now what these terms mean? Okay, this P we call it as static pressure. Okay, so this is the pressure, actual thermodynamic pressure of the fluid. This is same as the pressure used in thermodynamics and property tables. Okay, so next rho V square by 2. Okay, this term we call it as dynamic pressure. It represents the pressure rise when the fluid in motion is brought to a stop isentropically. Okay, so I'll explain you the importance of this term. Okay, now so the next one is rho gz. We call it as hydrostatic pressure. Okay, so hydrostatic pressure, it is not a pressure in real sense, since its value depends on reference level selected. It accounts for elevation effects. Okay, now look at the sketch. Okay, so there is a pipe. Okay, so I have fixed a small pipe. This we call it as a piezometer. Okay, and I have put a L-shaped pipe. Okay, this we call it as pitot tube. Fine. Okay, now when the fluid is flowing, okay, so this fluid has got some pressure energy. Okay, so there is a rise in the level of the fluid in the piezometer. Okay, so this rise in the level of the pressure we call it as static pressure. Okay, so this pressure, okay, we call it as static pressure. Okay, if you look at the pitot tube here, okay, so the pressure level should have been same, right, since we have inserted both in the same pipe. Okay, where the same fluid is flowing, but the rise of fluid level in the tube is greater than this. You can just look here, this is the rise in level of the fluid in piezometer, whereas this is the rise in the level of the fluid in the pitot tube. Okay, so they were supposed to be same, right? But you don't see that. Okay, there is a difference. There is a difference of this much of head. Okay, so this difference is nothing but the dynamic pressure. Okay, so what is that? So when the fluid is flowing with some velocity, okay, when it comes near the pitot tube, okay, so its velocity is reduced. Okay, its velocity becomes 0. Okay, initially it has got some velocity, and finally when it comes near this, okay, since there is a very small opening, okay, initially water will fluid will rise. Okay, later on when the fluid particles comes here, okay, its velocity becomes 0. Okay, so where that energy has gone, okay, initially it has some velocity, and when it enters the pitot tube, its velocity becomes 0. So where that energy has gone, so that energy is converted into dynamic pressure. Okay, this term. Okay, so rho V square by 2. Okay, so that is the energy available with the fluid. Okay, before entering here, once it enters, that energy, velocity energy, kinetic energy is converted into dynamic pressure. Okay, so this we call it as rho v square by 2. Okay, it is proportional to dynamic pressure, right? So total pressure is equal to sum of the static pressure, okay, plus the dynamic pressure. Understood this? Okay, we'll discuss more about this in the pitot tube. Okay, so now we'll get two terms. Okay, so one is the total pressure. What is the total pressure? It is sum of static pressure, okay, plus dynamic pressure plus hydrostatic pressure, rho g z. Okay, so total pressure, when I say total pressure, it means that it is sum of all the three terms. Okay, now what is stagnation pressure? Okay, stagnation pressure is sum of static pressure P plus dynamic pressure. Okay, so this we call it as stagnation pressure. So stagnation pressure represents the pressure at a point where the fluid is brought to a complete stop isentropically. Okay, where the fluid is brought complete stop isentropically, so that stagnation pressure, okay, we call it as sum of static pressure and dynamic pressure. Okay, so this we call it as stagnation pressure. Okay, so it is sum of static pressure plus dynamic pressure. Okay, this is nothing but the stagnation pressure. Fine. Okay, so now if I want to find the velocity, okay, you rearrange the terms. Okay, so P stagnation pressure minus P, okay, you take this 2 here in the LHS 2 and divided by rho, and V is equal to square root of this. So this is the equation. So if you want to find velocity of fluid, okay, in a pipe, we need to somehow measure the stagnation pressure and static pressure. If you measure this, then we can easily find the velocity of the fluid. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll slightly rearrange this term. I'll multiply and divide it by acceleration due to gravity. Okay, P stagnation minus P static divided by rho g. Okay, so what is this P stagnation by rho g? We call it as, it is nothing but the pressure head. Okay, so P stagnation by rho g minus P static pressure rho g. So what is the difference of this? In our previous classes we have seen the difference of this is nothing but the head. Okay, so how can I write this equation? V is equal to square root of 2gh. So this is nothing but the expression of pitot tube. Okay, anyway we will see the derivation. Okay, but this is the concept, okay, on which the pitot tube works. Okay, so pitot tube, we use pitot tube to measure the velocity. Okay, it's very important. Venturimeter and orifice meter, we use them to measure the discharge. Okay, pitot tube, we use it to measure the velocity. Once we know the velocity, we can find the discharge. Okay, and pitot tube measures local velocity by measuring the pressure difference in the conjunction with the Bernoulli's equation. That's what we discussed previously. If you can measure the pressure difference, stagnation pressure and static pressure, the difference of that, okay, and substituting in the formula, okay, we get velocity. Okay, so you can see the sketch. Okay, these are the some of the ways in which we can arrange the pitot tube. Okay, this is the piezometer and this is the pitot tube. Okay, so both are connected with the help of U-tube manometer, and inside U-tube manometer, suppose say if I am using mercury, then the difference of height is x. Okay, now if you want to convert the height of this manometer into the height of water head, then this is the formula we have discussed, okay, in the last class, even in the manometer classes. So I want to find head of water H is equal to x into specific gravity of the liquid which is in U-tube manometer divided by specific gravity of the liquid in the pipe minus 1. Okay, so this will convert head of mercury into head of water. Okay, so this is one way of arrangement. Okay, the second type of arrangement is, okay, so we have a tube, okay, and here there is a small opening, okay, and on the surface there is one more opening, okay, which will give us the static pressure. Okay, this will give us the stagnation pressure, and this gives us the static pressure. Okay, the difference of that, either you can connect it to U-tube manometer, or you can connect it to the pressure transducer, okay, where we get the direct reading. Okay, so these are some of the ways of arrangement. Okay, now let's look at the derivation. Okay, so let us consider P1 P2 or intensity of pressure at point 1, or this I take it as section 2, this I take it as, this I take at section 2, this as 1, either, or you can take this as section 1 or section 2. Okay, it all the same, you get the same expression. Apply the Bernoulli's equation between points 1 and 2. Okay, so P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2. Okay, Z1 and Z2 get cancels because Z1 is equal to Z2, and here V2 is 0. You can take either here or here. V2 is 0. Okay, V2 is 0 because when the fluid comes here, okay, all its kinetic energy is converted into pressure energy. Okay, so V2 becomes 0. Okay, so what is the expression remains? Okay, V1 square is equal to P2 by rho g. So this term I have taken it on the RHS, P1 by rho g. Okay, what is this P2 by rho g minus P1 by rho g? This is nothing but head of water, H. Okay, so V1 square by 2g is equal to head, so V1 is equal to square root of 2gh. Okay, so this is the expression for pitot tube. Okay, this is the ideal case. Okay, so always when the fluid is flowing, there will be some losses, okay, in the pipe due to friction and for some other reasons. Okay, so actual velocity is equal to CV. CV is nothing but coefficient of pitot tube, CV into 2gh. So this is the actual velocity, and the value of coefficient of pitot tube, okay, we assume it as 0.98 because the losses are very less, so the coefficient of pitot tube will be more. Okay, so what are the advantages of using the pitot tube? It is simple in construction, and it is inexpensive and highly reliable. Okay, and causes very small pressure drop. Okay, very small pressure drop, losses are very less, and can be used to measure velocity of both liquids and gases. Okay, so this is about the pitot tube. Okay, so what is the important expression in pitot tube? Pitot tube is used to measure velocity, and velocity expression we got it as 2gh. Okay, where g is acceleration due to gravity, and h is head of water. Okay, so what is the expression for head of water? Head of water is P stagnation by rho g minus P static by rho g. Okay, or P1 by rho g minus P2 by rho g. Okay, so this is pressure head. Okay, the difference of this will give us the head of water. Okay, so in the problem sometimes they will give you the head of water, okay, or sometimes they will give only the pressure. Okay, you should be very careful. Okay, the first thing that it should do is you should look at the unit. Okay, if meter of water head is given, then it is P by rho g. If just Newton per centimeter square or Newton per meter square is given, it is pressure. Then we will have to divide by rho g to get the pressure head. Okay, so now let's look at the example on the pitot tube. Okay, a pitot tube is inserted in a pipe of 290 mm diameter. So diameter of pipe is 290 mm. The static pressure in the pipe is 90 mm. Static pressure. Okay, static pressure is nothing but P. Okay, 90 mm of mercury vacuum. Okay, this is very important, vacuum. Okay, so our expression will be minus. Okay, the stagnation pressure at the center of the pipe recorded by the pitot tube is 0.871 Newton per centimeter square. Okay, so this is the stagnation pressure. Calculate the rate of flow of water through the pipe. Okay, we need to calculate q. To calculate q, we need to find the velocity. Okay, so once you find the velocity, you know the cross section area of the pipe, so you can get the flow rate. If the mean velocity of the flow is 0.75 times the central velocity, what is the meaning of this mean velocity of flow? Okay, so in a pipe, okay, the velocity of fluid particles at the surface will be 0. Okay, as you come toward the center, the velocity will slightly increase. So velocity slightly increases. At the center, velocity is more. Okay, and again as you go towards the boundary, velocity decreases. So this is the velocity profile, okay, for a flow of fluid through a pipe. Okay, so here velocity changes. So we take mean velocity of flow. Okay, so he has given mean velocity of flow is 0.75 times the central velocity. So the central velocity of the fluid, okay, so the mean velocity, the average velocity, okay, of the pipe is 0.75 times the central velocity. Okay, and he has given us the coefficient of pit out tube. Okay, so let's assume that P1 is stagnation pressure and P2 is static pressure. Okay, he has given us the diameter of the pipe as 290 mm. Okay, and static pressure as 90 mm of mercury. Okay, let us convert this 90 mm into meters. So it is minus 0.09 meter of mercury. So it is a vacuum, that's why we have to add negative sign here. Okay, now how to convert this 0.09 meter of mercury into meter of water? How to convert meter of mercury head into meter of water head? Okay, already we have discussed this. I have just written for the reference purpose. Okay, rho gh of mercury is equal to rho gh of water. G get cancelled, so head of water is equal to, okay, density of mercury divided by density of water into head of mercury. So what is density of mercury by density of water? It is nothing but the specific gravity. What is specific gravity? Density of the fluid divided by density of the standard fluid. Okay, in this case standard fluid is water and density of fluid is mercury. So this is nothing but the specific gravity. So this is the expression. Okay, so whatever head of mercury we have got, to that if I multiply specific gravity of that mercury, then I'll get head of water. Okay, so now static, let us so we have multiplied specific gravity of mercury, so we will get it as 13.6 into 0.09. okay, so this is nothing but minus 1.224 meter of water. Okay, this is P2. Meter of water head is nothing but P by rho g. Okay, so now stagnation pressure he has given it as 0.87 Newton per centimeter square. It is pressure, it is not the pressure head. Okay, we need to convert this into pressure head. Okay, before that we need to convert this centimeter square into meter square. So P1 is equal to 0.87 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per meter square. So I need to convert this pressure into pressure head, P1 by rho g. So since it is water, okay, density is 1000, g is 9.81, so we get the P1 by rho g as 0.8869 meter of water. Okay, now we have converted both static and stagnation pressure in terms of pressure head. So H is equal to P1 by rho g minus of P static head. Okay, why minus here? Because it is reading is vacuum. Okay, so 0.889 stagnation pressure minus of static pressure head, that is 1.224. so our head is 2.1109 meter of water. So once you get this, then rest all it's easy. We know the formula, V is equal to square root of 2gh. Okay, substitute here, we will get the velocity. Okay, but in the problem he has said if the mean velocity of the flow, okay, 0.75 times the velocity at central velocity. Okay, so this is the velocity at the central, okay, that is 6.4355. we need to calculate the mean velocity. So mean velocity is, okay, 0.75 times the velocity at the center. Okay, so we will get the mean velocity as 4.8266 meters per second. Okay, once we get this, then rate of flow can be easily calculated. Q is equal to A into area, cross section area. Okay, because he has given the diameter of pipe, we can calculate the cross section area into velocity. Okay, we will get the discharge as 0.3189 meter cube per second. Okay, so this is, so here I forgot to multiply CV. Okay, I have not written here. Okay, so we need to calculate actual velocity, so CV into square root of 2gh. Okay, so let's go to the next example. Simple example. Find the velocity of the flow of an oil through a pipe when the difference of mercury level in a differential U2 manometer connected to the two tappings of the pitot tube are 110 mm. Okay, what he says, find the velocity of the flow. We need to calculate V, okay, of an oil. Okay, the given fluid is oil, that is very important. Okay, so if nothing is given, we have to assume it as water. Okay, he has mentioned it as oil through a pipe when the difference of mercury level, okay, difference of mercury level is nothing but X. Difference of mercury level is nothing but X. How much it is? 110 mm. Okay, and he has given us the specific gravity of oil as 0.85. okay, and CV, okay, 0.98. okay, if they mention it as 0. If they mention coefficient of pitot tube, you consider it, or else you can keep ideal velocity. Okay, so X is 110 mm, so it is 0.11 meters, and the specific gravity of mercury is 13.6. Specific gravity of oil is given as 0.85. Most of the problems they don't give specific gravity of mercury, you need to remember this, and the coefficient of pitot tube is given as 0.98. okay, so first is we need to convert this head of mercury X into head of water. Okay, so this is a formula we just discussed in the previously. H is equal to X into density of mercury divided density specific gravity of mercury divided by specific gravity of oil minus 1. So when you substitute and simplify, you will get the H as 1.65 meters of oil head. It is not water. If whichever fluid is there, okay, that we write it, it is oil head. Okay, so velocity is equal to V into coefficient of velocity, sorry, coefficient of pitot tube into square root of 2gh. okay, when you substitute, you will get the answer as velocity as 5.6. so whatever answer you have got, this is ideal velocity. Okay, if I have to find the actual velocity, then for this ideal velocity we need to multiply coefficient of pitot tube, okay, into 5.69. okay, it is 0.98 into 5.69. so actual velocity is equal to 0.98 into 5.69, 5.5762 meters per second. So this is the actual velocity. Okay, so this is about the pitot tube. Thank you.